Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep. You join us once more in the map editor where we are creating an archipelago in a single island tile. So we've created a group of small islands which we have separated out into different zones, almost like the Crystal Maze. We have a shipwreck on an island with a little tunnel that goes through some water on the beach, and the camera acceleration. How I have missed every time we come back into the editor we have to put up with the camera speeding up and slowing down as it gets closer and further away from objects. Nothing we have control over. In fact, if I keep the so we're navigating using W, S, A and D at the moment, and we use Q to go up. We use Q to go down, E to go up. Yes, that's about where we are. So we have this island, which was the first one we created. It's looking pretty good. And then we went over and created a slightly different island with a whopping great big cave on there. But we left the roof open because when people are navigating, well, people are obviously going to be running over the top of this thing, and they will, because that is the want of players. They are going to say, ooh, there's stuff in there. Also, there's a little bit of light in there legitimately, which I think it makes it a little bit more interesting than just having the whole thing all boarded up with rock. And then we added, so there's a tunnel that goes through. We added our shipwreck, bloop, which hangs out over the abyss, which is, it's abyssal. We've got a few more resources and bits and pieces on this island, and it is significantly different from the first island that we made. And then we came and worked on the central island, which is less of an island and more of a hole surrounded by sand, a sandbar, if you will. We put a shipwreck and wreckage. Don't forget we put wreckage in there. I'm not entirely sure what that's going to do. If you're swimming along and you try and grab that underwater, you might get stuck. I don't entirely know, but it's something that we can test out. Whoa, there we go. Exactly what I thought would happen. So as soon as we moved away from an object, the camera just sped up to its full speed and we ended up in the stratosphere. Last time, was it last time or the time before? We tweaked this little bridge of wet sand so that the tide will actually break these two pieces of island apart when the tide is high. It's just a little cool feature that we had. Then we played around with this sort of split island with a little rivery thing that runs through it. We added the front of a boat with some metalwork kind of hanging down as if it's been there for a while and now it's just disintegrating. We left the mast poking through the ground because that looks kind of cool. But if you do go for a dive, if you end up diving off of the edge of what we have created, you will find that underwater there is actually a wreck for you to go and discover and play with. Fine. There's also the very tip of the mast poking up above the water. Even better. Also, while we're down here, while we're having a look underwater, all of this will be populated with rocks, with fish, with seaweed. So we don't really have to play around too much under here. We can leave it as it is, which is really quite handy. Then we have this sort of sandy beach with these little islands of greenery surrounded by rocks. So we have ficus trees. This whole area around this ficus tree will be ankle deep in water at high tide, which is nice. And what else do we have? Oh yes, we have this big area up here for building. And I think almost everything that we have covered. Oh yeah, we created this little tiny island. I was thinking about getting rid of it, and then I was like, you know what? We might as well hold on to it because we've got pine trees over there. And I thought, well, get some symmetry into the mix. Put some pine trees here. There's a yucca and everything, and bloop. If you want to go diving off, then you can, but it is super close to the abyss, so your mileage may vary. Now, we have done quite well to create what we have created. We haven't tested it yet, so we haven't seen what it looks like in the flesh, so to speak. But in order to make this a useful island, we are going to have to put in some resources. Now, resources are fairly straightforward. These are the things that will allow players to come to the island and actually do things like build houses or build rafts. There is a trick to resources. Don't go overly abundant. Don't reward your players or don't gift the players too many resources. For if you do that, they will have no reason to sail away from the island. They will have no reason to explore. They will have no reason to run around. They will just grab everything, build everything on the build menu, and well, it's actually kind of boring. So there are certain resources that we've already placed into the map. So the yuccas are there. There are wrecks which may some may or may not spawn crates, loot crates. Well, we keep calling them loot crates, but they're not. They're sort of little crates with some bits and pieces, crafting materials inside them. So that's kind of cool. Not like a loot crate you would buy, because that's kind of a terrible thing. And not necessarily current year argument anymore. So what are we going to put down? Well, we're going to need some rocks, sort of the basic stuff, and we want to keep it fairly uniform when we do it. So where are the stones? Shoreline rock. Boop, boop, boop. We're going to have to find everything. It might even be under items. Duct tape, food. No. Ah, rock. Here we go. So rocks, fairly straightforward. Plonk them down, and we're going to plonk them down around these shoreline rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to put like 5 around each of them. We don't want to go too crazy with resources for 2 reasons. Obviously, the aforementioned, don't give your players everything in one go, because they won't be appreciative of it, and it will stop them from exploring. Also, too many physics items in a map, I'm pretty sure is a bad idea. So we're going to put 4 around here. Cool. And same thing here. And the reason we're putting stones or rocks that will be used for crafting around these shoreline rocks is because it's a logical place to put them. So your players will just be like, oh, where do I find rocks? And they'll be running around the shoreline and they'll be expecting, oh, here's a rock. It's actually probably a legitimate place to put it, but I would rather them say, oh, here's a shoreline rock and here's where I find resources. So that's a thing, and that's the thing I kind of want to encourage with these maps. So they are looking for stones in all the right places. So we're not going to put too many down, like anywhere between 3 to 5 around these, because then we can put down a mineable resource, which isn't a physics object. It is a static object, but items can be mined out of it. See? But why would you do that? Well, it means people can get rocks if they need it, but also the rocks from the mineable resource aren't a physics object until you've mined them away from the actual resource itself. So until you start hitting it with a hammer, you are not going to get any physics objects. Oh, okay, cool. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put 2 there. It doesn't matter too much. Okay, fine. So we put some rocks down around the shoreline rocks. Cool. People will go, oh, you know what? I need. Click on terrain and then watches. I need some resources. I'll go and look around these places for those. Cool. Okay, we'll just go around the list, I think. Tarps. Ooh, what happens with tarps and stuff? It's like, oh, you know what? We should encourage people to pick up the tarps and turn them into water collectors. All right, let's be logical about this. Where do we want to put the tarps? I want to put them in places where people are forced to go and explore, where they wouldn't normally go and explore. That's a thing. That's definitely a thing. Okay, so we're just kind of zooming around the island. Let's go here. Let's put one kind of here. We want to put them in fairly obvious places. I'm just pulling it above the sand as well, just a little bit. Just so that if a player comes in, it's not clipped into the world mesh, and it's not likely to go flying. One here. Probably not. I just gonna go fairly light on these. They're not really. I think that are they still used for walls? I can't remember. The tarp walls are pretty ugly bugly anyway. So we'll put one there, one there. We can let's bring one out over here somewhere. I kind of want one out over here. And the reason I want that is, in fact, it doesn't matter too much, the rotation. I want the green toggle. What is... I was going to say what is underground, but that's going to be one of the cliffs, isn't it? Doesn't really matter too much about the rotation, but just for consistency and peace of mind, I like playing around with the rotation. Cool. I'm just going to click on terrain and objects just to deselect the cliff that we have selected. Anywhere else. Questions. We are asking questions of ourselves. Here's a little reward for going to this island. There you go. We're just keeping an eye on every time it pops onto something else. We'll just kind of ignore that. All right. So terrain objects. So we put in 4 tarps. That's enough for a few water collectors. If people need any more, they're going to have to go to other islands to get them. Go and explore. That's still quite a few tarps. I mean, that's more than you would get on a small island. Right, okay. Water bowls? No. Water skins? No. Unless you're setting up like a shipwreck and you're making like a campsite or something, like a story, I really wouldn't do that. Bearing in mind these shipwrecks are also going to have stuff spawning on them, so like tire piles and stuff. Probably not. No. And we have placed a lot of the shipwrecks out under the ocean, so it's not as if we've made how many have we've got a few. There's one in the middle, one there, one over there, so there's quite a few. There's one on each island at least, or near each island, so as far as those type of resources, not too bad. Torches, again, no, those will be got from crates anyway. Stone tools, obviously, no. Sticks, yes, absolutely. So we are going to need to put some sticks down. And again, like everywhere else, what I want to do is put sticks down where the trees are, because it makes sense. When you go and get a stick, you get a stick from the forest. Oh, that's actually... yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So we're going to rotate them around. We've got something else selected, so terrain and objects. It's nice that it actually remembers the last object that you had selected if you do click on terrain and then objects as tabs. I'm just kind of angling them with the terrain and just making sure that they are kind of at different angles, both under the palm trees and pine trees. So what I want is them poking, just hovering above the ground slightly. All the physics objects, as soon as the player comes into an area, are going to drop to the ground, so we don't have to worry about that. There's also a bunch of trees, so trees are trees are people? No, that's welcome to Night Vale. Trees are yeah, it makes the trees useful, especially the ones you can't chop down. So they're indicators of a resource. There we go. Oh, I managed to finish that sentence. Cool. And we'll just angle that slightly differently to the one that's here. It's the little touches, little touches that you really want to keep an eye on. So, I want that one like that. I mean, I don't know how it's going to settle once the player's in the area. All these objects are going to have to be rendered over several frames. Which fair enough. The idea of giving sticks instead of saying, you know what, go chop down a tree, is that people can get these resources, and these are the basic resources to build basic tools in order to actually chop down trees. So if someone came to the island and they didn't have anything at all, they would have they would be able to at least start their game. So that's the thing. You can't. I was reading this up about MMO creation. So when you have like an MMO or something, a massively multiplayer online game, you will have different types of players. There will be some people who will play super casually, who will come on and then just be like, you know what, I'm going to play super casually. I don't have much time during the day to play these games. I will just I'll play when I can, as I can. And you've got to cater for those people, because those people might not be able to gather enough resources, or build that 13-story house, or get to the end game items through normal play. Whereas there will be people who literally, and I heard the term "no life it." They will just play and play and play and play, and they will put hours and hours and hours, because it is their thing. It will become their jam. Oh, I want to turn the tree. It hopped onto something else. I want to turn that. You cannot. If you're building a system within a game, you cannot penalize people who spend all of their time on the game, because they are legitimately putting a lot of time and effort into the game. So you can't say, right, at this point your experience stops, or I'm taking something away because you're spending too much time and it's unfair to everyone else. At the same time, you can't say to people who don't have enough time to put in the game, oh, well, if you want to get to this end of game stuff, we've had to put stuff in for these guys that will spend forever and ever and ever in our game. You're not expected to get to this super cool end of game stuff, but it does exist, because then it's just like, well, here's a carrot, and you'll never be able to get it. You'll never be able to get hold of it. So balancing like resources and stuff in the game is really super tricky, and one of the things people don't really think about when they're just playing them. It's a curious notion, but fortunately with Stranded Deep, it is not terrain objects. It is not an MMO, so there's not currently an experience system. So you don't have to grind everything, but you do have to gather things. Why am I clicking on terrain objects? Just unlink everything. So we put a few sticks down, we put a few rocks down. That's going to get people started at least. Probably put a few more sticks just here and there. It's nice, it's a little present. Sticks are not a problem. Okay, there's one there, and we'll put one here as well. There we go. Just put them down, raise them up off the ground. Cool. Right, terrain objects, just to get us away from that. Spear gun, arrow. No. Something people can build. Spear gun. No. Something people can build. If you give people a spear gun, when it's an item that they can legitimately build in the game, it takes the value away from the spear gun. So we're not going to give them things. Plank scrap, yes. Yes. Because that's something that can be washed up on the beach. And we'll go around like we did with the tarp and just put a few down on the outside. It's a good building material, actually. Let's put it down here and here. It's a good building material, but it can also be got in-game. So, like, there's a top. So you can give people some, just to get them going with building a house or whatever, but you don't want to overload any sort of single map. Again, a physics object. So put them down places where you want people to go and gather things, but don't overload any particular zone with them. Cool. If they want more, they can turn trees into planks. They're actually quite expensive, though. I think it's like you get 1 plank per trunk section. So you get 1 plank, although you can use 1 trunk section gives you 4 sticks, which you can turn into like a wall. 2 sticks you can turn into a half wall. So you can make 2 wall pieces, whereas you need a bunch of these plank sections. So while they look good, I think they give you more durability. They are super expensive, what they are. So put in some plank scraps. Where are we at? 4 plank scraps. Okay, fine. Do you want another plank scrap somewhere? Maybe. Is that 4? Yes, that's 4. That's enough for something. Corrugated scrap. This is why I'm going light on the stuff. Okay, terrain objects, because sometimes you can have something selected in the background. When you drag something into the game, you might find it starts to spin or move or whatever. It's not a problem with the map editor. It is just something that happens with mouse-based graphical user interfaces. Yeah, it's a bit of a long word for you. Okay, boop. As you're dragging more and more items onto the map, you want less and less things to go wrong, because you don't want to. You can't undo. There's no Control Z. So yes. I'll tell you what. Let's put something down there, which means you're gonna have to go exploring. Encourage people to explore. There we go. That's quite a bit of plank scrap. Quite a bit of scrap corrugated. That's 1, 2, 3. Is that 4 again? Is it? Is it though? Did we put one on this island? Yes, 4. Okay. I'm like, did I put them all down? That's enough for a couple of planters at least. Decent planters. Good. Terrain objects. Only if people want more, they can go exploring for them. Like I said, you don't give them everything they want. You give them what they need to get started. Refined spear. No. Refined pick. No. Refined knife. Nope. Absolutely not. Refined hammer. No. Parts for gyros. Parts for fuel. Nope. No. Absolutely not. That would negate the entire point of the gathering system, the loot system. Medical stuff, nope, again, something people should build. Machete. Oh, I mean, we could put something like that down on a map. Only because it's something people can't build, and you might just put it down as a little cheeky reward, maybe. Leather. No, you should be taking out sharks for leather. Lashings, no, that's leaves. Lantern. Oh, the lantern. Yes. Okay, I tell you what, we are going to put a lantern down. And we're going to put it down right here. Why are we doing this? Hopefully, the geometry is going to be okay and it doesn't fly off into space. It's one of the things you actually have to check. Let's get close enough. Make sure it's not actually touching that. Right, hopefully that's going to stay there. I tried to put it on cliffs before in maps. So we go terrain objects. So I've had a map, made a cave, put a lantern on a cliff, and it's ended up touching the island mesh and not actually on the cliffs. So obviously have it a little bit above. Why would you put a lantern down? I mean, it's an excellent question. Let's go to terrain. Let's click on the cog. Let's change the time of day. I mean, why would you put a lantern down? Seriously, why would you put a lantern down? Because this whole thing is now lit up. It's beautiful because the light is going to light up the edges of everything. So if someone's coming in at night or they're exploring, and of course it's going to get dark. Of course it's going to get dark. You get this sort of little glow, and because this is artificial, because this is kind of sort of made by the peoples, you're gonna say, oh, that's a little bit odd if you haven't explored there, if you haven't noticed there's something to look at. So yes, a lantern is kind of a cool little gift from the map maker to the player, but also if they haven't noticed it and boom, all that's lit up, yeah, that can be quite a moment for somebody. So cool. I will put a lantern down. Label maker, no, that's loot. No, you can make kindling 2 sticks. A fuel can, well, it's going to be empty anyway. Food rations. If you're making an island, yeah, so sometimes you might put a food ration down if you are testing islands and you're spending a lot of time running around. Because in the game, even if you got like God mode on, it doesn't protect you from damage, sharks, poisoning, sunburn, hunger, thirst. It just allows you to fly. So it's essentially just no clip. A mislabeled no clip. Sometimes you might put food rations down. Don't need to though. We ain't going to do that. Flag gun. Hilarious, but no. Fishing rod. Nope. Farming home. Nope. Duct tape. Crude spear. Crude hammer. No, 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 no. No bows. No compasses. No coconut flasks. Coconuts. Well, coconuts going to be on the palm trees. All these palm trees are going to have coconuts. That's fine. They're useful, but here's the thing: the coconuts that you get from them, well, they're going to make people poop if they try to keep eating them. So that's the thing. What about clay? Oh, clay. We'll have to come back to clay. Boy ball pile. Yeah, that's an interesting one. It's a resource. But it's not a resource that might spawn on this island. For reasons. We do have... I don't think we have any... I mean, this might have tires that spawn on it, and they might fall to the abyss, just because of the way the angle is. I think that's the only... Is that the only wreck? No, the boy balls might spawn on this wreck. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we need boy balls. Or if you're American, buoy balls. It just gets worse. It just gets worse. Bricks, no. Useful if you're building a house and it's your own island, but not really. Barrel pile, no. Rex will have them along with barrows. Arrows and air tank. Air tank can be useful as a little gift if you are if you're making an island with a lot of swimming involved, which this one kind of does, but it's shallow enough in the interior not to need it. Right, clay. We'll come back to that. If we go to rocks, we are going to have mining rock clay. Now, mining rock clay is super useful, and it's usually found in the sea. Let's go and put some around in the sea. Can put some around in the sea where they're kind of an awkward shape. They look like a walnut whip. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't think there's anywhere where you can put them and they're going to look legitimate. Let's see if we can get a... Okay, put one down here. Put one down here. Oop. Let's put one down here. So the clay tends to be found under the ocean anyway. Let's put one down. Boom. Oh, that's going to be an awkward place to get clay out of. Isn't it, though? No, isn't it? Boom. But what are you doing? You're putting them next to rocks. Yeah, well, it's kind of a legit place to put them. And boom. Okay, cool. You're going to need to explore for those. Sorry. Not sorry. But still sorry. But also not sorry. But kind of... Well, no, not sorry. So that's 4. What does that give you? 6. 6, 12, 18, 24 clay. Was it 4 clay per brick? Yeah, I mean, that's not an insignificant amount of clay. Do we want to put some on the interior somewhere where people can actually find it? No, not really. Why would we do that? Bloop. Let's see if we can bloop around under the water and get another clay in just legit somewhere. I don't like it there. That's the problem. I don't like it. What's going on here? What is going on here? Very close to the something odd's going on there, which is why we've got the bubbles. We can sort that out by doing this and then grabbing the green toggle and pushing you in and then putting it a little bit. Boop, everything's fixed. Nobody saw anything. It's all fixed. Anywhere else we could put clay? Probably as a result of... Okay, we'll do that. We'll do it. We'll put one down here somewhere. Boop. There we go. As a reward for jumping off that, you get some clay. Cool. And maybe one down here. Nah, no. Mining rocks. Okay, fine. So rocks are used for arrows and an anchor, and most tools require rocks. Ooh, yeah. Here, little walnut whip of a rock. Let's give it something to do over here. So we'll just pop that down. You might lose some into the sea. Doesn't matter too much. I like the idea of keeping things fairly similar though. Oh, you don't like it being that? That's okay, just mine it away. Mine it away. Just chop it down. There you go. Little nug of rock. Little rock nugget. Cool. Throw one over here as well. Also cool. Is that? Let's go. Right, cool. And 1, 2, 3. Huh. Anywhere else? Let's put one over here because we can. Do it. There you go. Doesn't look too bad. Right, so it's at least 4. And you're looking at the rocky outcrops. Get them. Cool. I think that's as much rock as I want to put down. I mean, there's enough rocks individually to pick up. I'm going to put one out. Yeah, I'll put them there. Alright. It doesn't look too bad. That's 5. 5 rocks. That's more than you would probably need. Okay, so we've got the clay, we've got the mining rocks. Cool. We don't need anything else there, but if we go back to items. Yeah, what you doing? Going back to items. Clay, terrain objects, just real quick to deselect that. Hey, clay. Yeah, clay is really useful for stuff. I'll put a few little lumps of clay around. Sometimes you lose one, that's the main problem with clay. Whoa, boom. So yeah, you might be chipping away and a piece goes and it's just like, oh, where did it go? Oh, it just flew off into the ether, I don't know. Just disappeared, so I'll throw a free piece of clay down for people who lose theirs. Cool. So that's that. That's why we came back to that. Anything else from that? I don't think so. So we put in rocks, clay. We have sticks, clay, and rocks. Cool. Trees. Let's click on terrain objects real quick. Okay, so we need trees for sticks, trees for food, and trees for medicine. So yuccas. Let's go to yuccas first because that is one of the key elements that you will need on your map. We have a yucca there. Cool. Is there a yucca anywhere else on this particular island? There's a yucca there. That's two yuccas at least. But you can also put them down anywhere where you want to encourage people to go. All right. 2. There's nothing really over here that encourages people to come here. I tell you what, we'll put a yucca here. 3 yuccas. Cool. 4 yuccas. All right. 5. Good. Let's see. 6. One in there. Nice. 7 on the rocks. Cool. 8. 9 yuccas. 9 yuccas. All right. Is there anything in here? No. 9 yuccas. I think that's enough. Oh, why is he putting so many yuccas down? Because the fibrous leaves are basically on double duty at the moment. They are used as a crafting resource for almost all building. They're used as a crafting resource for all of the tools. They're used as a crafting resource for the ammunition, and they're used to gain water from. So they are doing a lot of work, and you need a lot of them. It's one of the resources I do not have a problem putting a lot down, because you know what? Fibrous leaves are just overworked. I'm going to throw a few more young palms down. The young palms are also fibrous leaves, but they also serve double duty, but not so much in the game, more as a way of just yeah. So I'm just making sure all these palm trees have little baby palms around. They said double duty because they kind of add some interest on the ground, so it's not just a tree sticking up in the ground. There's little palm, young palms kind of there, so it looks like the life cycle is just a cycle, as it were. No young palms around here. Curious. Why do we not put young palms on this island? Not sure, but I'll quite happily just drag a few in. People can grab them as fibrous leaves should they want, or they can just just ignore them. Leave them as a little bit of ground cover. Cool. So young palms, we have many of them. It's nice that people actually have to go and explore. That's kind of cool. Medical plants, the lava. Oh, I heard somebody actually. It's wavu lavula. Wav. Wave or the wave? It looks like something from Jeff Wayne's musical version of the War of the Worlds. So, guava trees. Okay, fine. Food is a thing. These trees should have, almost all of them should have something underneath them. That has medical, that has a fruit tree and a peepee. This has nothing underneath it. Interesting. Okay. These little koalas are kind of inconspicuous. So we'll put one down there. It's a single shot fruit tree. Once you pick the fruit, you don't get more fruit. Sorry. That's just the way it is. The way it is. But it's good to put like a fruit tree. There's one under there. It's good to put something underneath the ficus trees so people look at them for resources. It's like there's a fruit tree there. It's kind of hard to... I mean, the camera's sort of jerking around a bit, and I have to apologise for that, but it's fruit tree there. Cool. I like using the ficus trees as decoration, but I also like putting little treasures underneath them. So people come along and they're like, there's a little bit of fruit. Nice potato. Ooh. Nice little potato for you. I think we established... Was that? No, let's get the terrain objects quick. Yeah, there's a fruit tree there. So we'll go over here. Is there one under here? Yes, there is. There's a kura. So there's kura and koala. Was that one under? Oh, yep. Koala. What about over here? Koala. Nice. There's a couple of kuras, a few koalas. So fruit trees we have. We did put down some potato plants. Potatoes are used for fuel. There's one there. It's kind of hard to see. I believe there's one over here. Not sure. There isn't one here. Let's put potato down under here. Boop. Yes. So yeah, it's encouraging people to look under these trees for the resources. It's like, go and look under these trees for resources. There's at least 3 potatoes there. That's fine. PPs. I can't remember how many we've put down. There's at least one there. I think there's at least 3. Is it you, PP? Can't remember. Cannot remember. You look like a... Oh, no, you're not. So you look like a PP. With a little green anemone looking thing. You could be a PP. Well, there's at least 2. Encourage people to farm them though. That's the best thing. So there's at least 2. Potato under there. Good. Good, good. Tell you what, we'll put another one there. Just to say we have. There we go. So there's some medical plants. That's the PP. Pine small. There's plenty of pines already on this island. Put a few more down. It's not going to hurt the economy. And people can get rid of them if they want. Yep, I think that's a legit strat. Pine small 2. I think that's the smaller of them. Yep, I think we'll do that. So put those there. Just make sure they're upright. Good, good. Let's go through the trees. Another one here, just to sort of add interest to the hillside. Because otherwise it might be a little bit... Oh, terrain objects, don't know what's selected. Otherwise it might just be a little bit barren up here. So let's go like that. It doesn't need to be perfectly straight, it doesn't need to be perfectly anything, to be honest. Put another one here. Yeah. We'll do it. I'll do it. Good. Right, so there's some trees. And those can be turned into sticks. Obviously. Obviously. Good, good, good. Now we could probably put some, I'd say put some pine trees here. I still, because Halloween in the comments was saying, yeah, you put some palm trees up there, but the trouble with palm trees is they do leave a stump after you've chopped them down. You can't chop the stump away, so you might be in a situation where you've got these stumps and they prevent building, so that's the only reason I wouldn't do that. Might put baby pines up there. That would sort of kind of do the same thing, maybe? Don't know what's selected, so we'll put a few, not too many. Let's do it. Let's give you a little rotate. Pine spot 3 seems to be the bigger of the options. So these can be chopped away, cleared away, if you will. Okay. So rotate. One more. Pine small 2, and you can go there. It's legit. So you can chop these down and there'll be nothing left and they won't regrow, so that's fine. Ah, good. Palm fronds. Let's go. No, don't need palm fronds. We've got plenty of palms. I mean, putting them up there, I mean, they would kind of look okay, but I'm not sure about that. Not sure. Let's throw another one there. I'm hoping I didn't just jam it onto something that existed. Probably not. Palm 2. Let's put a few around here because it seems a little bit barren at the moment. Just around there. Do the same thing here. So palm 2 to there. And maybe a palm 1 and palm 3. Cool. Yeah, it feels a little bit better. Just kind of didn't feel right. There was something off about this. Ficus trees we have, Kura trees we have, logs. Oh, hello, logs. Okay, so logs are an interesting resource. You put them down. Whoop. Put them down. Whoop. 4 sticks in 1. Blue toggle. It's not going to allow me to get the blue toggle without changing the camera angle. Okay, boop. Okay, there's a log there. Let's put a couple of logs down. It's 4 free sticks essentially. So we bring you up, and then hit R, rotate, bring you down, and press T. And boop. Is there a stick there? I don't think so. So yeah, as a resource, kind of an interesting one just to find a little log lying around every now and again. Can do the same thing up here, just put a cheeky little log down. Rotate you on the red axis. Press T to bring you up. Blue and maybe just green to move you around. Cool. It's not really cheats. It's just, or giving people anything free. It's just, it's there. Driftwood piles again. Sticks, woody sticks. Along here maybe something here. I will quite happily jam a driftwood pile there. At the moment, driftwood sticks and sticks are just the same thing. There are a few of these already around. I have noticed because we have put them in. So let us just throw in a few around the coast. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think is that one over here? Yeah, there's one over here. There's one here. There's one here. Is there one on this island? Yep, there's one on this island. So there's plenty of driftwood sticks. Okay, cool. Banana plant, aloe vera. I think we've got plenty of aloe vera. Terrain objects. So aloe vera, we've been throwing that in around? Question mark. I think, is there one over here? No. There's one there. Is there one here? No. So aloe vera is one of those resources you should really encourage people to farm. And when I say farm, I don't mean just hang around until it respawns. I mean legitimately take it and turn it into something. Your aloe vera there. Aloe vera, what are you doing? You are going to be a resource. Sort of stick them in places. I don't think they can just be next to rocks. I don't think they need to be anywhere special. There's at least two on the island. It's kind of, this place has no real anything. It feels a little bit empty over here. Right, so there's a few aloe veras. So we have the aloe vera, we have the PP. Lava Lava doesn't do anything, and the breath boost plant isn't in the map editor as of yet. Cool. So that, as far as resources goes, I think is pretty much everything. We have boars, we have crabs, we have marlins, we have sharks, we have tigers, and we have snake. But before we go to the animals, we do need to just sort the center island out, because I think this is still something a bit wrong here. All right. So what I'm going to do is just put a rock there to break that up. No, just end piece, because it just doesn't feel right. And I think what we can do is then take this and then pop this to the other side and have that next to the rock. Oh yeah, that's better. That's much better. Subtle. It's not like resource intensive or anything. And it just gives you something to stand on at the end of this island. It does something with the end of this island. Yeah, that's fairly straightforward. We can also add a big rock here. In line, we're kind of in line with the rocks under the water. There we go. So it's like, wait, what? It's down on here, and you're like, oh, wait, there's stuff under there. That's creepy. Okay, that seems a little better. Otherwise, it's just kind of a lot of nothing. I don't like a lot of nothing. And then I'll do that as well, just to add some texture to that area. Because again, it just kind of doesn't feel right. That's better. Oof, that's much better. Much better. So we have our resources in. Cool, we have our resources in. We've got clay, we've got rocks, we've got sticks. We got medical plants, we got food, we have things for people to chop down, we have things for people to explore. We got the wrecks, we got the islands. Everything's kind of working, I think. It's everything is definitely here. So what I'm going to do is leave it there for the time being. If you are liking this, definitely leave a little like, leave a subscribe. And if you do subscribe, click the little bell, because that will give you notifications when videos go live. And you know what? I'll catch you next time.